on set the clock, and I will begin that at this time.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to the council. We are in the past 6 weeks or so, a cycle of crime and violence here in the city. No question about that. Horrific shootings and homicides that happened most recently up on the east side of a innocent 24-year-old lady that died at 3:30 in the morning as a result of a drive-by shooting. And any homicide is horrific, regardless of who it is and where it takes place. But without a doubt, in the past 3 to 5 weeks, we've had an uptick and a cycle of crime and violence. I can tell you that being in law enforcement for nearly 4 decades and a second department in which I serve with the best police officers here in Providence that put their heart and soul into their job. And we're in a tough time, not only locally, but nationally as well, as we've seen in the past 2 years. But the men and women of the Providence Police Department continue to come to work each and every day and give their best in trying to prevent and curb crime and violence. You will talk a little bit about, the specifics of why it's happening. And if we had the tools at our disposal, we'd certainly both ask for and get them so we can prevent the shootings, prevent the crimes. It's complicated like anything else, whether it's what we're faced with for the last couple years with ATVs running rampant through the city. We're not tone deaf to that. And we've strategized and talked across the country, because this isn't happening just in Providence. It's happening throughout the country. And it's not an easy solution. And I appreciate what the council has done in giving us some tools in the last couple of years to forfeit and seize and destroy these ATVs. It's as frustrating to me, and I'll let the Colonel speak for himself, as it is to you and our community when you see mobs of illegal ATVs and dirt bikes on our city streets with no regard for the safety of others. This department's a great department, and we continue to do the very best. Staffing is down. That's not the only driver of crime and our efforts to deal with all these issues that have most recently been in the forefront. But I can say that with the partnership of the Institute and many others, we do our very best, and the officers and detectives that do that work partner with the community and with the Institute and many others to prevent the cycle of gang violence and gun violence. There's a lot of guns on the street. That just didn't happen in a month or two. It's been the last 2 years. And you can guess, and why has it been driven so much? Most recently with the number of guns on the street. We're seeing it, we're feeling it, and this department has seized weapons more this year to date than in the past. We wish we had a solution to stop this gun violence. We're doing everything that we possibly can, and we are laser focused to stop gun violence. And whether it's using other resources, partner with other resources, whether it's a state police and it's an item agenda here, or any other police department that can help us prevent gun violence rather than having to respond and investigate gun violence. Most recently, we've had victims in this spat of the last 3 weeks that, although it appears to be a random act of violence, whether it's a stabbing in the neck or a shooting of 5 individuals up on Reservoir Avenue, we're not able to come to a final, resolution in bringing those that are responsible, because victims don't want to cooperate, don't provide any information to the police, and it leaves us hamstrung in holding those accountable that should be held accountable for those crimes. Thank you.